What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And today we are going to be doing our first drive here in a new Ram RHO. Now, this is the new TRX replacement for 2025, and we'll be doing a quick walk around, a quick look at the interior, and then of course a quick test drive of this thing. Now, if you guys can see around me, these are not ideal conditions for test driving or comparing acceleration, anything like that. We are about 20 degrees here in Kansas today with a lot of snow and ice on the ground. It's not very nice. So we'll be taking a relatively calm test drive, but we'll at least be able to get out and drive this thing and see how it feels. So guys, like I said, this is the new 2025 Ram RHO, the current replacement for the Ram TRX. Gone away is our 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi, and in place we have the high output Hurricane, and that is the inline-6 twin turbo motor that is in Grand Wagoneers, and the current Ram 1500 lineup. So that is the current motor. Now, this thing does have 540 horsepower and 521 foot-pounds of torque. So it does make good power. And again, this is more in line with the Ford Raptor, not necessarily the Raptor R like the TRX would have been in competition with. And these do start at $69,995. So without doing any research, I do believe that is slightly cheaper than the comparable Raptor. So on the exterior updates, we still carry our black door handles that we got, I believe, in like 2023 or 24 on the TRXs, but the new front end treatment in person looks really, really good. Now this truck is covered in snow, salt, and ice currently, so it's a little bit hard to see, but the hood remains the same, the fenders remain the same, but other than that, it has all been massaged and worked over. Headlights, grille, this front fender area, and then that whole front bumper. And honestly, it looks really, really good in person. I honestly think I do like this just a little bit more than the TRX, or maybe just because it is a new look and it looks a little bit different. Moving down the side here, we've got the carryover beadlock wheels from the TRX. Cab, bed, all of that is the same. And we do have a new taillight design here on the RHO, accompanied with that RHO badge. But other than that, it is the same truck underneath. We've still got the Bilstein Blackhawk shocks there, just like the TRX. The frame, all of that is still the same that we've had for the TRX, which is a good thing because they have proven to be really, really stout. Now again, backseat is all the same. This is a level 1 RHO, but again, it is all carryover, all the same from the TRX here in the back seat. Moving up to the front seat, that's where we've got a few different things here. We do have a new master window switch design, which looks and feels a little more premium here on the driver's door. Now, we do have the new, I believe, 14-inch screen here on the dash. And a new thing from the Wagoneers is that passenger screen here. The passenger side of the dash has that screen that you can do a few things. I believe you can control some media stuff, look at navigation things, and I think if there is a input for a video, that passenger screen can view that while driving. So that's kind of a cool thing. Again, carried over from Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer, and the Ram 1500. Now, real quickly underneath the hood, again, like I said, the hood is carryover from the TRX, but everything underneath the hood is different. Gone away is our Ram air induction that we were forcing air into the airbox, but it does have a similar Ram airflow design. It is going through the hood scoop, over through this scoop, and into this massive cone filter right into the throttle body, or intake, I should say, because this is a twin turbocharged motor. We've got two turbos stacked on top of each other, and then the rest of that inline 6 carried further under that cowl panel. But other than that, we've still got our coolant reservoirs here, engine coolant and this would now be turbocharger coolant instead of supercharger coolant. But that big, huge cone filter is kind of a cool look here underneath the hood. Now guys, I think I'm going to cut in a little bit of underneath footage, and the only thing that should look different is the exhaust. So like I said, we will cut into some underneath footage and then we will get this thing out on the road. Okay guys, so starting up way up here by the front, everything looks nice and familiar for a TRX. First thing here, our engine transmission skid plate is a little bit different with the Hurricane. We've got a lot skinnier skid plate here that's got some open area for that exhaust crossover. And then you can see our both the pipes, the downpipes off those turbos, then splitting and going further back here. Now, like I said, all of our suspension, skid plates, all of that should be very, very normal, similar for the TRX. Other than this exhaust, you can see here we've got an H pipe right here, and then going back, we have a considerably larger muffler than what we were used to on a TRX. So a pretty large canister style 2 in, 2 out muffler here. But other than that, like I said, axles, drive shaft, suspension is all the same, which is obviously a very good thing because it worked really well on the TRX. Now guys, I guess real quick before we go drive this, let's get a relatively cold start here. Okay guys, so like I said, we've got a lot of snow and ice on the ground. This is not going to be a, 0 to 60 acceleration test, all of that. We are just going to be casually driving this thing, like I said, out in the snow and ice. First initial jump in driving impressions. Now we do have the digital instrument panel, again, carried over from the TRX from 2023, I believe is when we got that. But like I said, all new now is this new 14-inch screen here on the dash, running Uconnect 5, and it is, yes, very large and pretty. Again, very similar very similar functionality to our previous trucks here, with all of the app buttons across the bottom, home, media, comfort, etc. All of that is still there. Now they have completely changed all of the level 1, level 2 packages up completely. So I will have, I'll try to throw maybe a screenshot of the 2 different packages, because again, it is completely different now from what it was with TRXs. Because this truck being a normal level 1 truck on a TRX would have meant you were missing a whole lot of things. But now in the RHO world, you do have a lot of those things standard. Passive entry on the door handles. We have heads-up display. We've got, again, just a lot of things that you didn't have on a previous level 1, or you weren't able to have on a previous level 1. Now we do still have our RHO drive mode button in place of our TRX drive mode button. And when we push that, we of course have all of our drive modes still. We've got our sport, tow, snow, auto, custom, mud, sand, rock, and Baja. Again, all like we had with the TRX. And you're again able to go in and configure each of those independently like you previously were. And again, you also have the performance pages with all of the gauges, all of the cool stuff, the G-forces, like you again have in most of your SRT, high performance Mopar stuff. That is still all there with the RHO. Now, talking about performance with the RHO, these do require 91 octane, just like the TRX did. So that is something you need to consider on, cost of ownership, if you will. Now the window sticker does show the fuel economy of 14 city, 16 highway with the combined at 15 miles to the gallon. I'd have to look back at a TRX to see what those were to compare apples to oranges, if you will. Now, driving down the highway here at 60 miles an hour, it feels very normal to me here, being a TRX owner. It feels, again, like it should. This is the same suspension, the same chassis, everything underneath that makes the TRX special is right here on the RHO. Again, even more things I'm noticing here as I'm driving. We've got blind spot monitor. We've got our digital rear view mirror. Again, all of these things, or most of these things, were needed to be added to TRXs in a technology package or a comfort package or whatever. They were normally additional cost on top of your normal packages. Now, yes, there at the end of the TRXs, there were a lot of things being clumped into the different level packages. But again, this truck has level 1 only, and we have a whole lot of standard features. And now I don't think I've mentioned this yet. Yes, the entry price is $69,995, but this truck does come in at $84,825 with that level 1, and it does have the bed utility group, which has the spray and bed liner and the rack or utility rail system there in the back with the bed step. Okay, guys, so we are going to accelerate onto the highway here, and again, it is not great weather. We are just going to roll it into sport mode here, and again, roll into the throttle. And we are definitely up to speed very, very quickly. Again, it is hard for me to test drive this without comparing it to its competitor. This is a competitor for the normal Raptor, the V6 EcoBoost Raptor, and I don't know, or actually I have not driven an EcoBoost Raptor, so it's hard for me to be able to go, oh my gosh, this thing would absolutely annihilate it. Again, not driven an EcoBoost Raptor, but the twin turbo Hurricane, the high output, seems to move the thing very, very comfortably. Again, we are going to slow it down to about 50 miles an hour here and accelerate like we were passing somebody on the highway. Immediately downshifted to 4th gear, and we are building speed very, very quickly. You do hear a little bit of exhaust note, but the exhaust is very, very tame or quiet, subdued compared to its bigger brother, the TRX. But it again seems to move itself very, very well. Road noise, ride quality, again, all of that, again, also feels very identical to all of the previous year TRXs, because again, we're riding on the same Goodyear tires, we're on the same suspension, springs, all of that is, again, I believe, completely carryover between the two trucks. So guys, I think this is going to end our very short review and test drive of the new Ram RHO, because like I said, we've got 3 inches of snow and ice on the ground, and I really don't want to end up in the ditch, or more importantly, in a wall here. So guys, let me know down in the comments, would you consider a Ram RHO? Are you a current TRX owner that would consider one? Are you not a current TRX owner, but a Raptor owner that would get into the now new, cheaper price point RHO? Because at least on that test drive, I'm pleasantly surprised. The truck moved really well, accelerates well, and again, rides and drives so darn well. That's one thing I've always praised the TRX for, is the ride quality. It is the smoothest driving half-ton truck I have ever driven. And a lot of that is because of our cushy, soft suspension and the fact we aren't on big, huge, massive wheels. These are on 18-inch wheels. That means you've got a big, massive tire sidewall, which, if you didn't know, also works as suspension also. So twice the sidewall of any normal modern truck, and the fact you've got suspension that you can go take out and jump across the sand dunes, and they do work really, really well for that. So guys, like I said, let me know down in the comments, what is your thoughts on the Ram RHO? And guys, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.